Hello, today's date is February 1st, 2008. It's about quarter till 9 p.m. It's 8:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to be exact. And I'm going to go over my workout for yesterday. And yesterday I was required to run at a 7 minute and 36 second per mile pace for a total of 8 miles, and I exceeded that goal. I actually ran, I burned off 960 calories, I ran 8.12 miles, and I ran for 60 minutes. I averaged to 723 per mile. I actually did better, and I ran from 10:48 to 11:53 p.m., took a 4-minute break, wore my Nike Shocks and my red shorts, and I ran 45 minutes at 8 miles per hour and 15 minutes at 8.5 miles per hour. I did the recap on here. My recap says, good run, exceeded goal of 7:36 per mile for 8 miles according to plan in 3-hour marathon book. My left kneecap has soreness and it was a little painful running, but pain is on bone and not on the joints or cartilage. Also, you are seriously coming down with a cold and you may need to take off some time in order to recover. This is still your judgment call, but if you start to feel too tired, then cease running immediately. And then I put end, and the results were recorded technically on today. I'm coming down with a cold, and I've still been training at my apartment on my treadmill, and it's been pretty tricky because when you're coming down with the flu, I don't know if I have the flu yet. I definitely have something that's causing me a lot of discomfort, and I took some Alka-Seltz or cold medication this morning, or I actually took the nighttime stuff this morning of all things, but that's all I had. And but I had a good run yesterday, and I was very impressed with my performance. But technically on the 1st of February, which I drank 5 Old Milwaukee Light beers, and it's technically February now, and I shouldn't have been drinking, but I did anyways because I was rewarding myself for such a good job. And I've got like over 2.5 months before the marathon, and I need to get off the booze for 2 months, drinking the beer. You know, it's kind of funny because when I wrote in my book Treadmill Marathon Guide, I talked about the drinking thing, how much of it, it's, how it can mess up your weight and stuff like that, or, mess up your performance. But actually it doesn't do it so bad because I don't drink a lot. I don't, need, and plus I don't live a sedentary lifestyle too. But the main thing that's an impediment right now is the fact that I'm feeling real sick and under the weather, and I don't have the flu because I would have a fever. I just have a cold, and I think I caught it when I went out at night, and I had washed my hair and I had it under my hat, and it was kind of wet and it's cold here. So, anyways, my run for today, I think I'm going to go ahead and take the plunge. It is week 9, day number 6 actually. It's 9 times 200 hill repeats. It says run the first 200 meters up a steep hill at an 8 to 12% grade, and then it said run uphill at the fastest pace you can maintain for the entire workout, and then you jog down a hill. What this basically means is that if I set the treadmill for 8 miles per hour, which is a 7.5 minute mile, I should run up an 8 to 12% grade for a minute, and then hit the button and go down a slow, like say 5 or 6 miles per hour. And you do that 9 times straight, and then boom, you're done with your run. So that seems to be the case. That's probably what I'm going to go ahead and do, because I really, really need to get myself into. I cannot deviate. The only way I'm going to totally deviate from training is if I get the flu. And if I really have the flu and I'm real sick, then I'm going to definitely cease my training. So definitely need to keep that in mind, because when you have the flu, your whole body aches. I had this happen last year on March of 2007. And when I got the flu, I went to the gym like a bonehead, and I was, of course, technically I could have been in, getting other people sick with my flu bug, which I don't want to do that again. That's why I'm staying in my apartment. And but at the time, I went to the gym, and I was running on their treadmill, and my whole body, I was trying to run like a 7 mile per hour or 8 miles per hour or something like that, and my whole body just started to feel like I said, Steve, there's no way that the flu just messes up your sinuses. It messes up your whole body. I felt like I was being trying to run up a 12% grade, in 100-degree weather. That's how crappy I felt. You know, it was really terrible. So I learned that when you have the flu, you can't do anything. So that's pretty much a no-brainer. So I'm going to go ahead and do this run today. And then tomorrow, day 7, get a load of this, 22 miles at an 8-minute and 20-second per mile pace. So I got to go 7.2 miles per hour for a total of 22 miles, which is going to be a pretty hairy run for me, which I'm thinking about even possibly raising the speed so that I can get this run done sooner. You know, either way, I got to complete 22 miles, and I might as well do it faster if I can, and just get it done and out of the way. With I've already done a 20-mile run. It was my longest one I've ever done a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to do a 22-mile run, and I think I can do it. But that's about it. Let me see. Was that last week I did the 20-mile run? Let's see. That was at the end of week 7 that I ran my 20-mile run. That was a really tough run. But I can do a 22-mile run. I've done it before. I've done the 20-mile run before. I can do an extra 2 miles, knock on wood. The only thing posing a problem at this point is my kneecap. My left kneecap is feeling kind of sore. Now, the good news is it's not the cartilage. It's not the actual... My left kneecap is hurting me, but it's kind of tender on the bone itself. But it's not the whole, like near the like where if you get that iliotibial band syndrome I talked about in my ebook, where your whole side of your knee is hurting you, where the cartilage and the joints meet. That's very dangerous, and you can. I'm just kind of hurting in this one area, but it's not been enough to affect my run. So I'm going to keep running and training, and knock on wood, I'm going to keep going forward. But the moral of this story, or this little speech I'm giving today, or on my audio or video blog, is to don't let pain be your deter you from training. If your knee is sore, you got a little bit of a sniffle, don't deter yourself from training, because I've said this before. You're going to have days, and I mentioned this in my book several times, that you're going to have those days where you don't feel like you want to do anything, but you got to push it and just do it. And you got to push yourself forward, and not let all these things get to you. Like, you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm not feeling right. I just don't feel like running today. Well, I don't really care. I'm going to do my run today. I've got to do that. This is actually a pretty easy run, considering I only got to go 1 minute up a hill, and then I go down, and it's like going up a hill and then down a hill, and then up a hill and then down a hill, and then up a hill and then down a hill. But when you go down the hill, you get to go at a slower pace, so it's just kind of cool. So I congratulate myself for, pat yourself on the back, Steve, good job, for doing, being willing to train out there and get this done, because I am not procrastinating on anything. Just the fact that I keep these blogs up there, some people are looking. I'm not getting as many people looking at my Boston Marathon training as I thought I would, but I'm doing this for those special people that are really interested in this type of training and stuff, and I don't need a psychological coach or a mental coach to kind of pat them on the back along the way. But right now, again, is that everything's going good in my training, and 22 miles tomorrow. And what's nice is week number 10, I get to take the day off on Sunday, so I get the Lord's Day off on Sunday. So that's about it, and I'm going to sign out of here now. Today's date is February 1st, 2008. It's going on 8 p.m., maybe 7 minutes before 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to leave them on YouTube, and you can go to my website if you want to purchase my treadmill ebook called Treadmill Marathon Guide. You can purchase it. And I need some other people's opinions. I'm going to possibly be putting together a video series, a 2-DVD thing on marathon treadmill training. Let me know what you think of that idea, because it would be very inexpensive. It'd probably sell a very reasonable price, and I may just put that together. It's a lot easier than reading a book, although my ebook is good too. So go to treadmillmarathon.com. And my name of my book is Treadmill Marathon Guide. You guys have a great day, and good luck on your training.